Hi, my name is Ashley Feliciano Galliana, and I am going to tell you about my internship for winter 2022. I'm a marriage and family student, and I am graduating with a professional and general emphasis, but I have a passion for child and human development. My internship was with a company called Senior Solutions. Senior Solutions, they are located in Idaho Falls. They serve the eastern Idaho community. Their services are free to their clients, which are seniors and their families, and they act as consultants for the aging population in their families. So they will go in and they will ask um, seniors like what kind of housing you need, or if a senior's getting to the point where they are no longer safe to live alone. They talk about like some modifications that can be done to their home, or services they can get in the home to kind of help with that, bridge that gap before they're put into an assisted living facility. They also do a lot of community outreach and try and sponsor programs to encourage um, socialization with seniors, so that seniors are getting more of that social connection. So I found out about this company in 2021. So starting in 2018, I started caregiving for my grandmother. At first, it was just taking her to a couple doctor's appointments. Then we moved in with her to kind of help out her, and then in 2021, she started really going downhill. And at one of her doctor's appointments, I mentioned to the doctor that I was really scared and I didn't know what to do because she was getting to be more than I could take care of, and I knew she didn't want to go into a facility, like a nursing home, but I didn't know what else I could do or how much more I could do to help her because I was kind of at max capacity. And she suggested that I look into this company called Senior Solutions. So I met with Chance, who is the owner and founder of it, and he talked about some resources we could do. He kind of had a meeting with my family, which included my aunts, and so he kind of got them more involved, so it wasn't all just on me taking care of her, and we kind of started making some plans. And then he got me involved in a caregiver help class, which basically helps caregivers learn how to like take care of themselves so that they can take care of others. So kind of taking that time for yourself. Through this, I saw what an important need this was, and I started talking to Chance more and more about how he's a marriage and family student and how I think this is so neat and how this is such a needed thing. And I was just kind of interested in what he was doing and how some of the theories I was learning could be like could also be used in these cases. And he said he would love to have me as an intern. And so May 2021, my grandma passed away. And while that was sad, it was also a relief because she had been so sick for so long. And so then, end of fall 2021, I reached out to Chance again and was like, "Hey, you still interested in letting me be an intern?" And he said, "Of course." And he was so surprised at what a good fit our major was for this field. He felt like that the marriage and family major actually might be a better fit than a lot of the other fields he's had work with him, because we do have those theories background and we look at the whole family instead of just the individual. So my responsibilities in my internship was first doing weekly bingo, which is we do bingo over Zoom, and this is something they started when COVID happened, and it shut down all the senior centers and it made it so where seniors were being isolated. And social isolation is a huge detriment to seniors. And actually, many doctors are saying that it could actually be more harmful than COVID 19. One of my grandma's doctors talked about that a lot, that she felt like the social isolation was more harmful to our seniors than actual COVID 19. And so we just play bingo with them. It's a time for us to check up and talk to them. And many of the seniors that come say that it's what gets them up in the morning. It's what they look forward to all week long because they don't have anybody to talk to and they do stay at home most of the day. So another one of my big responsibilities was working with Medicaid clients. So I said before that our services are free to our clients, which is true, but our boss, like, he still has to make money, and his revenue is made through contracts with different like assisted living facilities or home health groups that if he can get people signed up to go there, then those are going to be the ones that then he gets like a kickback for each person he gets signed up. And he's contracted with many, many, many assisted living, so it's not like he's just funneling them all to one. So, but what happens is with Medicaid, nobody really wants to take a Medicaid client into assisted living because they get paid less, and there's no like government program to pay him for helping them. And so he wants to help them, but it does take away from the money he's earning from the business, so it's kind of hard for him. So for me, I was able to help with the Medicaid clients. I was able to learn the ins and outs of applying for Medicaid, which is a very lengthy, arduous process, and just help those clients find housing, skilled nursing placement, help them find personal care services in their home that would be covered through Medicaid. And so I worked a lot on that. And then I also worked on research and development of just different social services in our area so that we could refer our clients out to them, as well as we did a lot with community outreach. So we did a couple of community outreach programs. One of them is Meals on Wheels. So once a week, I'd go to the senior center, pick up the meals, and deliver them to different seniors. Another thing, a community outreach program that I was helped with was preparing for Celebrate Seniors 2022. So we are doing a senior fair um, in the end of April, and they are going to have like it's going to be like a big talent show. And we're going to celebrate our seniors and the abilities and the things that they have and they do, and just what they bring to our community. And this is a way to like encourage our seniors, help them know how important they are, as well as a way to help the community see that the seniors still have a lot to offer. And so I helped in gathering talents for it because it's going to be like a big talent show, and helped with just working with some of the logistics of it. I also, one of the other community outreach programs we did was it's called Operation Cupid. So we partner with Just Serve and we ask for donations of Valentines for seniors. This year we received 6,600 Valentines for seniors. And so because of that, that's a lot of Valentines that I had to sort through. And then we would take them to skilled nursing facilities, home health, and assisted livings in the area, as well as low income senior housing. And so this is a lady from low income senior housing. She was so excited to receive this. It just brought her so much joy to know she wasn't forgotten and that she was loved. Because many seniors, the people they love have all passed away. And so they're either making new friends or they guard themselves from making friends. And so they're pretty lonely. And so doing these small things actually makes a huge impact in their life. So my main contributions to Senior Solutions was first just research and development. I learned a lot about different programs, different community resources, learned a lot about the Medicaid application process, and just kind of created some information um, papers for our boss. And eventually, I will do some blog articles when they get their website a little more ready to help families know how to use those. And then the second thing is I just worked with Medicaid clients. So, and my boss kept saying how grateful he was for that because it makes him sad to not be able to help the Medicaid clients, but he can't always help them because he loses money with that. And so he was so glad to have somebody who cared about them and took care of them so that they were being catered for and they were still able to, he was still able to have the time to work with the other clients that do bring revenue. And then I learned about community resources that we could use in the future to help us help our Medicaid clients as well as other clients. So, the biggest benefit to me of this internship was the change of perspective. I now see how important funding for our seniors is, and I see that we have a huge lack of that, and that we need to advocate for more funding towards our seniors. And they put a lot of pressure on a lot of these nursing homes, but they're not giving them the funding to go with it. So a lot of the nursing homes are saying, well, we don't want to accept Medicaid at all because if we are not accepting Medicaid, then we don't have to follow these government procedures. And so that's a big problem because then we have less and less homes that will accept Medicaid clients. I spent 2 weeks trying to find a spot for one of my clients in a skilled nursing facility, and they just kept being like, nope, he's too much work, he's too hard, and he's a Medicaid, so he doesn't make enough money. Like, we don't get enough money that we can't afford to take him. And it was really sad to see that because the government doesn't put as much money out for these Medicaid clients, a lot of places will just say, no, we're not going to take him because it's too much work. And so realizing that we need to advocate for the government to pay a full rate for Medicaid and to do those things. I also saw one of the big things is the systemic problems of poverty. How it's not just one person not working, it's all these different things that cause the poverty. So a lot of the clients I worked with that are on Medicaid, they worked really hard their whole life. They weren't necessarily low income, but they weren't rich either. and maybe they didn't realize that they really should save for retirement, and so a lot of them are living on just Social Security. And that Social Security is about $800 a month, which is less than rent. And so a lot of them are homeless or afraid of becoming homeless very quickly because people keep raising their rent, and so there's no way they can keep affording it. So I saw that we need to, as a government, to realize that we need to make some changes to allow either our seniors to pay less or to find a way to make it so that our seniors won't be booted out of their houses simply because their Social Security doesn't make ends meet. And then the most important benefit to me was learning to love the one better. I learned how to focus on the one person and not necessarily be so focused on my to-do list that I couldn't take care of the person that really needed to be taken care of. And to me, I felt like that just helped me become a more Christ-like disciple of learning to love the one. So the connection to coursework, I mean, it's huge, it's profound. Seniors are part of the families, so I mean, right there. But also, especially caregiving affects the whole family dynamic. It affects the dynamic between the caregiver and the caree. And a lot of times it's like a parent and a child or a grandparent and a child. And there's a lot of guilt put on that parent or that grandparent of like, no, I should be the one taking care of you, not the other way around. And so that we see that's part of like the social exchange theory. Um, but I also saw that we need to talk more about this in our schoolwork. I feel like there's a lot of these theories that we didn't really talk about. How does this affect later on in life? For my family, we started taking care of my grandma when our daughter was 3 months old. And and then we took care of her about 3 years. So she became a whole part of our family. And so then after losing her, there was a huge hole in our family as well of our whole life had just shifted. And so we need to start looking at what are some more resources we should be giving to caregivers as well. Another connection to the coursework is just a lot of the theories I was able to see in action. I was able to see how because certain theories, because certain systems, there's a breakdown in the system of the family early on in life that affected problems later on in life. And so there's a lot of seniors who are alone because of the system breaking down early on in life. So if you'd like to be an intern for this company for Senior Solutions, you can contact Chance Powell. He's the owner and founder of Senior Solutions. You can email him and explain that you're a BYU Idaho marriage and family graduate and that you'd be interested in it. And his business is based out of Idaho Falls. So it's great if you're from the Idaho Falls area, but you could also see if there's something you could do remotely as well. So I would just invite you to check out more about the company at our website and to give this internship a try because it truly changed my life. And it's an important thing to have in communities.